So the first step in making your steak, Diane, is to take your steak, your sirloin steak here. This is just it's not a New York strip, it's just a little piece of sirloin. And so the first thing that you get to do that's kind of fun is you get to pound it into a very thin piece. To help with that, we have a piece of wax paper. You put your wax paper on it. You can take your mallet here, or you can use like a different kind of something that you can flatten this out. You don't need to use one of these things if you don't have one. I would not use a regular hammer. I think the head is too small and you'll turn it into a piece of nothing worth eating, I would think. We put the wax paper on top because when you pound your meat, it will otherwise splatter, so that's what we're going to do. So we have this wax paper here to prevent that, and that's all you do. You just whack it until it's good and flat. Turn this over on the other side, it's still a little thick. Whack it some more. You want to make sure that it's even so that it cooks pretty consistently. We'll give it another round here. Don't be shy with your mallet. And maybe even one more. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Now for me, when I make a steak, I like to put a little olive oil on it, some salt and pepper. And so that's what we're going to do here. You can do other things if you want. The original recipe that I had actually calls for it to be cooked without anything on it, but to put some butter in the pan prior to heating it up. But we're going to do it this way. A little olive oil, a little salt here, some pepper. I like the pepper to be a little coarser, so I don't grind it as fine. I do tap it down to make sure that it's going to stay on before I turn it over. Turn it over here. And you use the spoon so you don't get your fingers covered with the olive oil. And then the same thing on the other side. Pretty straightforward. And you can pan sear all of your steaks this way. It's a good way to do it. And as my chef instructor said, that if they put pan seared on the menu instead of the oven baked, they can charge a couple $2 more for it because people like it if it's pan seared. So there it is, it's ready to go into the heat, into the frying pan, from the frying pan into the fire, but it's actually going to go right into the frying pan, and we're then ready for that step. That's what happens next.